The holiday season. Welcome back, folks. It's December, and things have been great. We just got all back from Thanksgiving. All very full on turkey. It was a great time. I may or may not have caught a striper. We don't know yet. Still waiting for the report. Check out LinkedIn. But yeah, it was a great time, and coming into year end, kind of wanted to talk today about ultimately, a year in a wrap. It's we've been doing this podcast, I guess, for 7 months, something like that.
It's been a year.
We
did this last December.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were the Grinch.
Yeah.
This has been a year.
Yeah, that was too uncomfortable.
Yeah, now again
So I'm
this
Santa
year.
Claus.
Yeah, we went with easier attire. I actually dressed up. I got an ugly sweater on.
Yeah, I missed the memo.
I sent it to you. But yeah, so today we want to focus on a year in a wrap. How was everyone's year? Kind of what are we looking forward to next year? Ian, you want to start us off?
Sure. So business-wise, profits up. Profits up
Good.
pretty nicely. So that's, the wife's happy. I don't really get a lot out of seeing the numbers go up, at least in terms of money. But her and I have laid out a plan of here's what we need to do for the family over the years. And I met my quotas, my family quotas.
You made the family quotas.
Yes, so that was good. A lot of good clients. I think there was, just in the past couple of months, 2 separate families that thought they were going to be working for another 5 years, hating their jobs, and both of them were able to get them retired in a year.
Nice.
So that's awesome. And family-wise, we're in kindergarten now, which means we're not paying for preschool. That's like $1,500 a month.
Jeez, for preschool?
Yeah, per kid.
You don't have to send them.
Yeah, we realize that now. I don't like it, actually. I don't think it's good. We just put the younger one in jiu-jitsu, and that's only $150 a month.
Yeah.
Just leave him at the gym, and there you go.
Yeah, and he loves it, and he's not told to sit still all day. It's great.
Yeah.
And the 6-year-old, he's in kindergarten. He's loving school, so everything's going good in that. And now I went backpacking for the first time ever.
Where'd you go?
That's pretty cool. Catalina Island.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
I basically hiked up Saddleback Mountain 2 days in a row. It was miserable.
Yeah.
Where'd you stay in California?
It was awesome, but Blackjack Campground and then Two Harbors Campground.
2 Harbors. So you took the ferry into 2 Harbors?
No, I started in Avalon, and then I hiked up, and then I took the ferry out of 2 Harbors to LA.
To LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. St.
was
Peter
cool.
or something, maybe.
Yeah. Almost got trampled by buffalo.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I made a lifelong friend. Because he, is just some weird guy wandered into my campsite and said, hey, I'm right there. I saw him already. Pitch black at night. He's like, there's like 10 buffalo in my campsite right now, and I'm cowboy camping. Can I stay with you? So for the next 2 hours, we watched them surround us and then eventually leave.
That's
but
cool.
You piss off a buffalo, you're not getting out alive.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I can't believe
interesting neighbors.
Yeah. So that was a fun time.
you hung around to watch this happen.
Well, what are you gonna do? Leave your campsite in the middle of the night?
As long as I ain't got a fire going, yeah, pretty much. yeah. Goodbye, campsite. I'll be back when the buffalo are gone.
Yeah.
I'm wandering this way with my flashlight as far as I could go.
It was actually pretty funny. One of them almost ate a sleeping bag.
Start sniffling at it and take a bite.
They did walk over it, actually.
Oh man.
They're so humanized. They don't care at
Oh,
all.
out there, out in Catalina, yeah, no, they're around people all the time.
I saw a buffalo fall down a mountain.
Really?
Not all the way, but he definitely took a gnarly stumble. It was
Yeah.
hilarious. fishing. I'm in Catalina. I'm fishing off of before White's, like Goats Harbor, I think they call it. And this buffalo sitting up on the mountain, all majestic. We're watching it. Wow, what a creature! And then just takes a misstep and just.
And then just gets up and walks away.
You just see this cloud of dust and this buffalo going, "Holy smokes! What just happened?" Oh no. And he got his wits about him, kind of wandered back up to where he was eating grass before. It's just, Catalina buffalo, they'll come right into your campsite. They did that, cameraman wasn't there, but when we went to middle school, we went to Catalina for one of the trips or whatever. Buffalo came right up to a kid's window in his cabin, and this kid just started wailing, and woke up the whole campsite, and we had to chase the buffalo out of town.
Yeah. Well, apparently that's what you're supposed to do. So anyone listening, we waited for like 2 hours for them to leave because we thought if we make loud noises, like I know it's what you're supposed to do with a bear, but maybe that's gonna piss them off. But no, you are supposed to make loud noise. They freak out and run away.
Yeah.
So
okay, lesson learned.
Yeah. I still wouldn't mess with a buffalo.
Yeah, no, thank you.
The foxes were really cute though.
They're recovering really well.
But you gotta zip your tent up, because if you zip it down, they will open it.
Oh, that's funny. You'll have someone come cuddle with you in the middle of the night?
I did hear them scratching at the tent.
Try to get in?
I wanted to let them in.
Yeah.
I mean, come on in, cuddle up.
That's funny. They're smart. It's like all the squirrels out on the golf courses. They will unzip your bag, go into your bag, grab your whatever, and open it up and eat it. I've seen it a bunch of times. Why do you think they get so big? They literally unzip your golf bag. It's ridiculous.
I think it's funny that we're the predominant species in the planet, and pretty much everything's faster than us.
Yeah.
Like birds just fly into convenience stores, steal stuff.
Yeah.
Squirrels, monkeys, everything.
They're missing these things.
Yeah.
Not all of them. You seen those little raccoon hands? They got little thumbs and hands.
Yeah, they're too busy robbing my trash can to figure out what geopolitical's going on.
Oh yeah, they did that. So now the wife puts out the garbage. She says, "Take it out right now," because we've seen what happens when I don't. And the little footprints, they are pretty cute, but the mess I have to clean up is not.
Oh yeah,
no, not at all. You start getting raccoons, there's bigger problems going on. Thank God I got this big old dog now back at the house. He's freaking. There's nothing coming near my house no more. It's
So is that something that happened this year? Let's hear about your year.
Yeah, that's a major thing that happened this year. My, beloved dog for 15 and a half years passed away, unfortunately. Snoopy. No, it's 15 and a half.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good run.
Do it, Bryn?
I mean, you never know.
No, it was a horrible, tragic ending or whatever. But it's with all those tragic endings come a great, beautiful thing. From life or whatever that bullshit poem is. I got I've now adopted my cousin's dog, 4-year-old, half Vizsla, half Shepherd. Supposedly, I think he's got some Rhodesian Ridgeback in him or some kangaroo. Something's going on.
Yeah.
He's way too large. This is like an 85-pound dog that stands about this tall. Not.
So you just get too big for
the situation. My cousin's got an apartment going on. He's got 3 little baby daughters. He's got 2 cats, and it's just too many things going on. And
not enough room for a horse dog.
Not enough room for a horse dog. And I went up there and I visited them, and they were thinking about rehoming them, and I said, I'll take them.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, you can't just
sit
around
have some
and
companionship.
Yeah.
But you're working so hard, you don't have time for anything more demanding. This is perfect.
Get you out of the house,
it's better than a girlfriend. It's better than a kid.
Yeah.
It's
better than it's your trial run for a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's it's great. Super great to have Graham in my life. That was an awesome thing. Business was great too. Very happy. Narrowed down some markets. Struggled a lot, but found some good success and some great clients too, right? People that want to start having me run seminars and stuff, and just meeting with other business owners that they know, and it's, that's where it counts. That's when you're doing something right, and things are moving in the right direction. Is people are giving you referrals before they even close, and so stoked about that. Very excited. We've gotten our, hands on some great lists as far as prospective clients go. And we're primed and ready to rip.
Nice.
Absolutely. It's going to be a phenomenal year next year. I have absolutely no doubt.
I believe it.
I'm set to hit some awards for fiscal year. Hit my year-end numbers, which is great. And as long as I stay on pace, we're ready to go. So.
Yeah. And what's cool is, as a more veteran advisor, I can tell you that people who meet those goals and get those awards almost never fail long term.
As a very new advisor, I can tell you I've seen a lot of them hit the award the first year and never come back.
Okay. Well, then forget what I said.
No, but you're right. Right? It's like if you do hit the increments along the way, there's a reason they're there. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you hit these metrics, you cannot fail. But
Yeah.
if you don't hit them the right way.
For you, I think if you meet 3 years, the rest of your life is set.
Absolutely. True. And that's a big thing. Right? We're coming on that third year, and it'll be a third year in August, and so that's phenomenal. But if you don't hit it the right way, it's not sustainable.
Right.
And coming out of college, there was no market for me, to be honest with you. Right? I was a Guggen friend with Guggen friends. I love you, buddy, but Guggens, right? And I was the first of my friend group to graduate college, so it's not like I had people starting careers or anything like that necessarily instantly available. There was zero market for me. So coming into zero market, it took a while, and it's still taking some time, right? It's hard work, but you have to create a market. You have to be very focused on how you're hitting that market, how you're targeting that market, how you're keeping up with that market, all of that. And it's been a great learning experience. Very grateful for the ups and downs of this year. Dealt with some crazy stuff that you don't deal with unless you find it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the great part about our career path and the job we're in. It's like it's always new to a certain extent. You're going to find somebody with a unique situation doing something a unique way that's, may or may not be the right way, and so you have to, learn everything you can about that and then some. So it's been fun. It's been really great. Hit the year-end numbers. Thank God. And yeah, like I said, on pace to hit some awards for fiscal year, and so it feels like a real turning point for the career, and it's us against the world.
Mm-hmm.
There's you have your company you work for and the support group behind you, but unless you make the calls, unless you book the appointment, unless you close the appointment, you didn't get paid.
Right. And that's kind of relief too, that it's in my own hands.
Yeah, we were going to talk about being spiteful last Thanksgiving, but that's one thing that I'm envious of sometimes, right? Is being able to show up, not necessarily not think, but it's just like, what do I do today, boss?
Right.
I go do this. I'm on it, boss.
I do think of that as a vacation, like to go somewhere and just like work in a library, and because that sounds like a very nice, relaxing time for me, but I don't think I'd be able to do it for more than a week.
Yeah. That's the truth. That is the
challenge.
Genuine truth that you have to sit down and you have to tell yourself every once in a while after you get told F you for the 5th time in a row on a cold call that, okay, I just want to go, be an electrician. I want to go be in the IBW. I'll go be a lineman. Screw it. That's what I'll do. And then, you think about it, okay, so I'm going to go sacrifice my body and sacrifice my time and really struggle for years and years and years, and be able to retire at 55, very comfortably, making a lot of money. But it's, I can't really walk that good anymore. I can't do a lot very good. My hands don't work that good.
Right. Meanwhile, you get the same benefits where you are. It's just going to take a couple more years of really hard work.
Yeah, I just don't make the upfront income. It's just the first 3 to 5 years of being in the financial services industry. You're just not going to make that much money.
Yep.
And arguably, nor should you.
Right.
You don't know what the hell you're doing, and you just, you don't, maybe you have a client base, but even if you're working with a great client base, you're probably not giving them the best service, unless you're working, doing joint work, all that stuff.
Right,
But
so educating yourself as well.
exactly, right. You have to get there before you can get those clients, I think, to a certain extent. And so we're getting to those clients, and well, never mind, I can't mention the company I work for, but the company that I work for is starting to really transition into more of an investment based firm, which is very, very exciting.
Yeah.
They're number one in every aspect that they've tried, basically, and this is something that they've had on the back burner for so long. It's the reason I signed up for the company I work for, and now they're really pushing that agenda with the my colleagues, as well as just giving me more support.
Yeah.
So that's super exciting. That's something I'm really looking forward to in the new year, is the kind of change that's happening at the office, and the push towards not just being the insurance sales people that we were. I don't know if I can say that. Maybe we'll beep that. Aaron, my compliance officer, I love you, but please be nice. But yeah, so that's really, really cool. It's what I signed up to do, and it's really, I've made it a reality for myself, but to see it coming, getting more support from the company and more, company push towards that direction is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And exciting. But yeah, it's I'm very grateful. We have a great, we make our own schedules. We get it, it's us against the world, and I can't complain at all about that. And it's been good. I haven't been keeping up with my journaling though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
That journal is purely just for me.
Well, you don't want to hear what's in your journal right now anyway, because it's going to be rough.
Exactly. The only thing I break that thing out whenever I need to. It's called My Sins. I wrote it in big letters, My Sins, and I open that thing up and I scream into that thing every once in a while.
You write it after you stop traumatizing yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just to stop traumatizing myself. It's just to get it out on paper, get it out of my head, stop thinking about it anymore. It's just talk it out to yourself, and then you start realizing, hey, no, I don't want to be a lineman. I'm scared of heights.
You talk yourself off that cliff.
Exactly.
I had a loop early on where okay, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna fail. I just have to last long enough, or I'm old enough that I can go teach college, or go be a teacher.
That was your master failure plan.
And then I thought, well, by the time I've had enough experience so that I can go teach, I'll have made it. And then that calmed me down. Like, oh, okay, well then I'll just keep doing this.
Yeah. I remember when I was in Austin, there was like a billboard for like joining the police department. I remember some days driving into work just staring at that thing, being like, should I just go do that, man? Like, I don't want to make cold calls today.
There's a lot easier jobs to be shot at.
Yeah.
If there was,
I understand. Yeah, no, you see those billboards, and you're like, oh, that'd be better than what I just went through.
Like, I don't have to sit at a desk all day and go out and do stuff. Like, all right.
yeah, if I didn't have my wife, if I didn't get married before I had a career, which I did, I don't know if I would have been strong enough to keep doing this in the first 2 years. I might have joined the military, which is also a great option. There's tons of really, really good programs that would have seemed a lot easier to just give up my the ability to make my own decisions for a while.
Autonomy.
Right. They know what they're doing. I'll let them tell me what to do. I like structure, right? I think there's a 50% chance that's what would have happened if I didn't have that support structure behind me.
That went through my head too. Got my degree, go through an officer program, just go do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That went through my brain for 4 seconds. Maybe, dude. No. I think it's a duty and a responsibility, maybe, to serve your country in some aspect or whatever, right? I do believe in that. For me personally, it is community service. It is participating in my Mission Viejo Activities Committee, not getting shot at in Iraq.
Yeah. Well, I did see. I took my son to the USS Midway. We did a little camping trip there.
Yeah, with the Boy Scouts, with Indian Guides or something?
Indian Guides, yeah.
Are we allowed to say that? Sorry.
It's called Rising Sun now.
Rising Suns, yeah. Sorry, beep that.
No, it's important to say that because people don't know what Rising Sun is. You have to say it used to be Indian Guides.
Well, you can say that.
Everybody's done it before.
Beep mine, Nick. Don't beep his.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a big difference. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, it was still Columbus Day and things like that. There's been a dedicated switch to kind of be more appropriate.
Right. And
So stop being so inappropriate.
The name itself, like, I didn't see the problem, but then I heard about the names of some of the other things, like, in the system. I was like, oh, okay, that was actually super bad.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they changed the name.
Do we want to provide some examples?
But
No.
But no, what I was going to say is seeing how confined, like, this is one of the biggest ships. It at one point was the largest ship on the planet. And seeing how confined these people are in their day-to-day lives while they're working, it's like, it made me respect them a bit more.
Yeah, sure.
Because how long are you on duty on that ship, you know, sleeping in that bunk, knocking your head every 5 seconds trying to move around?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you think about you like structure, but you like your structure.
Yeah,
Right.
Structure of a nice bed, not a rocking boat.
Yeah.
I love a nice rocking boat, but yeah,
Yeah.
that aircraft carrier don't move too much. What about you, Bryn? What's going on? How was your year?
Year's been good. Busy, very busy this year, but like kind of gave myself, especially for the back half, kind of gave myself the last little 6-month goal to stay busy. Hit that with some time to spare, so I was happy about that. Yeah, man, it's just kind of, it grows. Business grows and grows. It's one of the things, finishing up the 4th year in it now. Kind of can't believe that. But yeah, I mean, the market as a whole is tough.
Insurance is horrible right now.
Insurance is it's a tough market. There's more money in it, but there's more work involved with everything and more conversations and kind of just talking through it with people and understanding why things are so expensive and the reason we're at where we're at. But I mean, life isn't all just work though too. Been getting out, got some camping trips in the books this year. Kind of been able to spend time with friends and family, and kind of the balance is for me what it's all about. Being able to grow the career. Obviously, you want to make more money. The world we live in, trying to keep up with inflation at this point. It's hard enough. But I mean, work hard, make enough to do well, but also kind of live a fulfilling life, kind of doing the things that make me happy, not just a drone that's just working away all day. Because I mean, there's certain points in the career that's worth it too, but as you kind of talk about the mental aspect of it too, at times it's important to prioritize yourself sometimes, and so felt like I've had a pretty good balance with that this year, where I haven't come back from any time away from the office and been like, I'm drowning here, what have I done? But kind of recognize some of the moments where I'm like, it's not raining in the office today, I'm just having a little breakdown. Everything's a bit too much today. And kind of recognizing as that getting to that breaking point and stepping away, going out and camping for a day, or just seeing some close friends and talking about what's going on. And I don't know, sometimes when you just talking to a friend too, and that's guys get together, complain about work, like, man, this is what happened to me today, listen to this client, and kind of hearing about some of the other stuff from other people, you're like, man, I really wouldn't want to deal with that either. You know what? I think my problems, the ones I know how to navigate, are sometimes the grass isn't always greener, and so.
And you've talked about it, and then even as you're talking about it, you're like, I think I can get past this now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was annoying, but I can keep going.
We're all so privileged we make money like this.
we are,
We're so
man.
privileged. We're talking about mental health and all this crap. I'm just thinking about all these poor clients of mine, like linemen. It's just guys that are out there doing 410s or 510s, 610s. In a row. And then you come home to 2 screaming kids in a trailer.
Right.
And then you gotta wake up in the morning and go back after it.
Well, to me,
where's their mental health?
like the
At
physical
the bottom
work
of the
isn't
bottle,
as bad.
That's usually where it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the physical work. It's the hours.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have the wiggle room to say, oh, my kid has a thing today, I gotta be there at 2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jobs where your boss is just like, nope.
Yeah, and that's why that's why our country's able to produce at the level it's able to produce, and why we're all able to drive on roads that are paved and all this stuff. It's like, somebody had to show up and do that.
But there's also the two sides of that, where it's like, don't have that, but also sometimes where I wake up in the middle of the night and being like, ooh, did I do this to that policy? Because if I didn't, my business is on the hook, and
my E&O is going to be about extra.
Yeah, and I'm putting the bill on those ones too. So it's like we don't have the physical stress, but
it's the mental.
It's the mental. When you're kind of going through and at the pace, the clip we need to keep things going, you're getting stuff done, doing it right, but then you're on to the next one. I swear sometimes I have to go into my notes from clients 2 weeks ago to make sure I did the thing that I was supposed to do.
It's always
it's
there.
like, and it's always, oh my god, it's the cold sweat that starts breaking out as I break out a policy, scroll to all the endorsements. I'm like, okay, it's there. It's just I forgot a month ago. I had, out of the 50 emails I sent that day, it was all this, and it's just...
I forgot a month ago I had a panic attack about this exact same thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it comes into, where it's just the stress of just trying to keep all the ducks in a row, and their ducks are continent over. It's just...
They're just walking all over the place. These ducks won't stay alive.
Yeah, and it's like... And part of that's my own lack of... organization after the fact. I'm very much finish one thing on to the next task rather than spending 5 to 10 minutes writing down, all right, this is exactly what happened. And I'm getting better about it. I feel like the more in my career, the more I'm better about saving my emails where I need to be saving them, keeping these attachments, organizing this, putting a note in for myself so when I panic and come back to it in a month, I remember this is the payment structure we're doing on it and stuff like that. But as a whole, things are good. I mean, life is good. I mean, there's always the big issue the next issue that's going on, but overall, I mean, happy and healthy and kind of, living in paradise. I'm sure we're all complaining about our frigid weather at 65 degrees today in the sun, so.
Yeah.
No, there's, as much as there is to complain, there really isn't that much to complain about.
Yeah.
Things are good.
That's what I have to remind myself about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
we have it really good. Yeah.
The mental battle versus the physical and the mental battle.
Right. Well, even like you've been, you have had appointments or making calls for a few hours. And you're like, man, I'm really feeling it right now. And then to realize like, oh, I could just go outside for 10 minutes, get some vitamin D. Like that's gonna lift me right up.
Dude, what I've been doing, I was in a bit of a slump last month, and I was just like, Jane was out in Morocco, and it's like, I found a big part of working in the office. I like people being around to like talk to, kind of talk stuff through. Not having that, I was just in a rough spot, and so it was finding out, just going to the gym, finding the time, getting on a better sleep schedule, being asleep by like 9:30, 10.
Yeah.
Being up and in the gym at 7 a.m. Before, I was drinking less coffee, feeling more awake, feeling better, kind of getting stuff, not trying to squeeze in a workout middle of the day or after it when it's already getting dark and things like that. That's something I've really enjoyed as, I think mainly like, the time change and kind of taking advantage of the shift in daylight hours to take advantage of those. So it's not like waking up, getting in the office, leaving, and it's dark. So
yeah, the sleep is hugely important.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something most people neglect.
That's been like my weirdly like my favorite little thing that I know I've like, all right, I've done a good day where I'm like getting up early, getting what I need done, where I like 9:30 hits and I'm like I can have something on the TV and just fall asleep with it on like loudly because I'm exhausted because I got what I need to get done today and like put in the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's those nights that you don't feel that I did all that.
Those
are the worst. But you did it all.
You did it all,
and you're still sitting there, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30.
Yeah.
What did I forget? I didn't forget anything. I've done it all.
You had that
What
feeling.
can I do? I've added all these extra notes that I've never even planned on leaving for myself. I've sent 14 extra email. I've done everything. Why am I not there yet?
And that thought process actually helped me stress less. When I realized that, okay, I did everything right and I'm still stressing out, I realized like, oh, I'm just going to be stressed no matter what. And I just said, forget it. I'm not doing it anymore.
That's a comforting level. You just get to the point where it's saying, F it. No.
So I just put on an audiobook. I don't think about anything when I'm going to sleep, except whatever the book is telling me to think about.
Yeah, I do like that is something I like will spiral on thoughts, especially on the thoughts on the day, things I'm stressed about. So I love having something, usually an audio book or like whatever science fiction fantasy world, have like a little lore video or something on the background just to like listen in, kind of provoke thoughts of like storytelling and stuff like that and not stay on a cycle of insurance and things like that.
It's funny how our brain just tries to hurt us.
Yeah, just gets like hung up. I'm very much like gets hung up on stuff and either needs to talk it out or work it out. Those are usually my options. Go get some exercise or talk it through.
This life,
Oh,
Whenever I go backpacking or camping, I realized like, oh yeah, this is what stress was for when I wake up.
I can
This
hear
is
that.
what-
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what that adrenaline is for.
Survival.
And it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's the best piece of advice I've ever given. Just go get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's literally when, last month when I was just, like, going through, it was like, it's okay, I'm going out camping this weekend, got out, and it was the perfect time. Just go hang out with friends, go for a hike, go for a drive for a nice view, stare up at the stars and watch the fire. It's just, like, disconnect. I'm also a big fan of when you're going camping somewhere where it's, like, you can have service, but not service in the campground. Because then, I mean, I'm at the point too where I've deleted all my social media too, because the dang stuff is just a cancer. And so just having it so it's like, yeah, no one has the option to use phone. We're all going to sit around and talk.
Right.
But
if anything, I'll just download a couple of ebooks.
I always try to make sure I have a couple ebooks camping, because that is one thing. Either bring a book or have one, where you'll have to have a little something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's for sure.
I disagree right there, and then we'll get out of here.
No books.
No reading.
No,
Burn all the books.
You can bring your own books. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Like
I
what?
want you to be uncomfortable on a camping trip to a certain extent.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I want you to stay out on that fire until you cannot keep your eyes open. You know what I mean?
Oh, see, I always bring a cot, put it up next to the fire, and just fall asleep next to the fire.
We're all reading your book while we're all shooting the garb.
Yeah, everyone goes off to their bed, and they kind of hop
see,
in,
because
and
they
I
have
sit
their
there.
audiobooks. You need to take their audiobooks and they'd be right there next to the fire with you.
Oh, see, I mean,
I'll
some
just
people
mess
just
you
don't
up.
want to go sleep out by the fire. I mean, I'm cool with that, but I'm not going to sleep in the tent with you. Unless there's bears. Then I'm
I know what
sleeping in
you're
the tent.
saying though, because I tend to get uncomfortable in the social situation, so I'll go to the tent early.
Yeah.
So for the past few months, I've made a real effort to stay out for at least a couple hours at night.
Good. I'm glad you're out there and comfortable with us hanging out.
Yeah.
It's important. It's like because that's when you really talk about the crazy stuff.
Exactly.
You know, what's really keeping you up. You know, it's when you start talking about that stuff. It's like instead of drowning it out with an audiobook or something like that, you're able to communicate it with somebody, or at least communicate it with yourself too.
You
You
learn
sit
some
out
new
there in the
games.
woods by yourself next to a fire, you're gonna talk it out to yourself too. So
You ever play fire Jenga?
No, I can't
You
say
just
I
start
have.
stacking logs, and the first person to knock over the fire
I
loses.
took my pledge to Smokey the Bear. I'm pretty good. I still my little
Sounds
pyramid.
dangerous.
But thank you guys. Honestly, it's been a great year. I appreciate you guys doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we missed Moose for the last 2 episodes, but he will be back in the new year. You know, God willing, and his health, comes back to him. We miss you, Moose. Love you. Thank you guys for a great year. Thank you for tuning in, all 4 of you. Really appreciate it.
It's 5 now.
We're coming on 5. I think my grandma's gonna start tuning in. But super stoked. Thank you guys, and looking forward to talking to everybody in the new year.